to part 3 of my entire collection video. If you are following along with the other parts, there was some mishaps with the camera. Just a brief story. The camera records in 10-minute segments, and sometimes we don't realize when it stops because it doesn't tell you. So maybe we have to go deeper into the settings because I feel like there's
gotta be a way.
But we haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, so we missed a couple in the family section because of that feature. So the few that we missed are right here, and I think we were talking about Jingle All the Way with our favorite action
comedy. Christmas comedy.
Well, I was going with favorite action star.
Star. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great movie. R.I.P. Phil Hartman. I love him in that.
Next up is a big favorite of mine as a kid, and I think John's as well, Jumanji.
My favorite childhood movie. I burned the hell out of it.
Do you have this on 4K?
I don't. I have that Blu-ray.
I don't know why we never got these on 4K. This would probably be a great 4K.
It's an early 4K, so I'm a little curious, but...
It's probably still better than the Blu-ray, though.
I'm sure. And the fact that we love that movie so much and don't own
we
it...
should get that. I'm gonna get that. Jumanji.
Big surprise. Welcome
Huge
to the
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought this on a whim. I think it was on sale. And again, I just try out movies sometimes when the price is right. And I watched this, and me and my girlfriend had a great fucking time with this.
Oh, I saw that in the movies.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't go to theaters.
Yeah,
I think we went to the theaters for the second part.
No, the second part's just as good.
That might have been what it was. Maybe I got the first one on the lead up to the second one, and then I said, oh shit.
I think they're both fun movies.
And then I liked it so much, I went and pre-ordered the Steelbook when that came out. This is the Steelbook for Jumanji: The Next Level, Part 2.
Yep, and the ending really makes Part 4 look like it's going to be fun. Looks like we're going back.
Part 3.
Well, I guess Part 3.
Are they connected?
They are connected. That's the point.
I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch looks like an early Disney Blu-ray, probably when they cared.
Yeah, we have a lot of comments on that.
Speaking of caring, here's another Lion King. So I think this was about the time, because right here I have Lady and the Tramp, and I think this is actually the Little Mermaid on 4K. This is a 4K Steelbook, if I'm correct. Yeah, this is Little Mermaid on 4K.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think Danielle bought this one.
I'm actually ashamed to say, because The Lion King was one of my favorites and is in my top 20 all time, is on 4K and I don't own it on 4K.
Well, I mean, you got Disney Plus now, but
Yeah.
I think, because, remember I think we spoke about it earlier in the last video, when Disney had the white clamshell VHSs.
The Disney Vault.
The Disney Vault, right?
Yeah.
It only comes out of the vault once in a blue moon, so I went on a Disney buying spree at one point, but
That's when I grabbed my Blu-ray too, because of fear it was going back to the vault, but I feel like they don't do that anymore.
No,
you can just get it.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
So that will conclude the family section. You can see the rest of that in the previous video. This is part 3, if you are following along. So,
let's continue to the next section.
Next section in our video is going to be horror. And now this is a large section. This is 2 full shelves just about. So
was this your biggest section, or was that end up being action?
No, I think it's got to be horror, because look, you got 1, 2.
All the way down to here, right?
Yeah, that's horror.
I guess.
Ends in Rob Zombie. Action is the top shelf. Comedy is 1 shelf. Family is basically 1 shelf. And even sci-fi is a shelf and a half, 2 shelves. So sci-fi horror is my favorite. So generally they're the biggest ones. But first up in the horror is the Army of Darkness. Now this is actually, this is related to Evil Dead, right?
That's the 3rd one in the original trilogy.
I haven't seen this one yet. I've seen Evil Dead 1 and 2.
You're going to be upset. 4K coming out in October. Look for a review on this channel. But I love Army of the Dead.
Here's a good one that I actually really enjoy is Anaconda with J-Lo and Ice Cube.
And what's his name is doing one of the worst accents ever.
Oh my god, yes! He does like, yeah. What's his, John Voight maybe? Is that his name?
Is it John Voight?
Maybe. I don't know his name, but that's what it says on the...
Yeah, that's John Voight. That's Angelina Jolie's dad. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, his accent is atrocious.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Alligator on 4K. I just reviewed this recently. It's a middle-of-the-road movie, that coming off the tails of Jaws.
And we had some responses. People really liked Alligator.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
Here's one that you wouldn't think is a good movie, but Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. This is a fun ride.
Yeah, I bought that Blu-ray when I first started collecting. That and Terminator. Weird combination, but yeah.
Now here's one I have not seen, American Mummy. Now this it looks like it was in 3D. So long story short, some of our earlier videos we unboxed Horror Pack. Horror Pack basically is a subscription service where they send you 4 mystery horror movies a month, and they're all horror movies obviously, so we paid whatever it was and they send me 4 horror movies a month, and this was in the Horror Pack, so I haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh wow, that is a Horror Pack one?
Yep.
I like the clear disc.
Now here's one I'm struggling to decide if I want to upgrade to 4K or not, is The American Werewolf in London. I actually really like this movie. I remember I watched it with my dad for the first time, like a Halloween time, and because he likes this movie a lot. And I checked it out, and I really enjoyed it, so I picked it up on Blu-ray. And I watch this almost every single year for Halloween, because I really, really do like this movie.
I like that a lot, too. It gets compared to The Howling a lot. I think An American Werewolf in London is a much better
I
film.
haven't seen The Howling, but I think I would prefer it as well.
Yeah, I think you will, too. Not that The Howling is bad, but I do prefer American Werewolf.
Next up, we got Beetlejuice on 4K. I know this is one of our favorites here.
Love this movie.
We love Beetlejuice, yep. And this is just a beautiful 4K steelbook.
It's a beautiful 4K disc.
Yes,
I really
that
like
too.
it.
Next up is Bad Samaritan. This also came in the Horror Pack. I have not gotten to this yet. I generally watch a lot of my horror stuff in October, so you'll see a lot of stuff on my horror stuff that I haven't gotten to yet, just because the Horror Pack, I think I subscribed a couple months ago, so I haven't watched too many things that came in that yet, but I have a stack ready for October. Next up is The Burning. After watching that In Search of Darkness documentary, we had a list, and this was something on there that interested me. And,
Not good?
I didn't really like it, no.
You know, when they make those documentaries, they get the people who are like the biggest fans of those small movies, and they sell it to you.
Yeah. Now here's one I just picked up again. I was at Best Buy. It was a couple bucks. It caught my eye because Bruce Campbell's in it. And I didn't watch this yet because it's called Black Friday. I'm going to wait till Thanksgiving time, and I think that's the proper time to watch this. But I am excited to check this one out.
Yeah, because right now the only Black Friday thing we have is the South Park trilogy.
Right, yeah.
Which is great.
Next up from Arrow Video, we have Blood Rage. I bought this a while ago, and I don't know why I haven't gotten to it yet. This might be coming up soon for me because it looks like it's a summertime movie, I think. A summertime slasher.
Summertime and the living's easy, you know?
Have you ever seen Blood Rage?
No.
Have you ever heard of it?
No, that's the first time.
Okay. Next up, Black Christmas. Now, this is a remake of the original. I haven't seen the original, but this movie was actually pretty good. Christmas horror movie. It's a pretty good time if you're into horror and you like to do your seasonal movies. This is something you can slip in around Christmas.
The original one is very good, actually.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Another Arrow Video release, Creepshow 2. This is kind of like a Tales from the Crypt for adults type movie, where it's just a bunch of mini, I guess, stories within the movie. You know, it's not just one plot. It's a bunch of different casts and stuff like that. But a couple of the stories in here were pretty cool. You ever see this?
Yeah, I like the first Creepshow more. Tales from the Crypt is actually adult too, though.
Well, that was on Nickelodeon.
No, you're thinking of Are You Afraid,
Afraid of the Dark.
Tales from the Crypt is just basically the same thing.
Another Arrow Video is Children of the Corn. This is a very good Blu-ray. However, there is a 4K for this. You have the 4K, right?
I have the 4K. The Arrow Video 4K. Because I actually didn't have it on Blu-ray. I'm not the biggest Children of the Corn fan, but
It's okay. Dude, I think I like the sequels better.
Yeah, I think they
I don't
actually
remember.
found... This one, other than knowing that Linda Hamilton is the same year as the Terminator, I don't really think that movie's that great. Oh, the guy who plays the kid is great, though, actually.
Next up, Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage. I got this off of John's recommendation. It was okay. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it was like a Nicolas Cage movie, you know?
Yeah, I had fun with it.
Whatever that means.
It's Nicolas Cage, you know? He's got his own genre.
Next up is Carrie. This is just I haven't opened this yet. This is a card when Best Buy was doing some sort of thing with all the different artwork. But this is just Carrie from whatever year that was.
I think that's...
76?
76, yeah. Sissy Spacek and Carrie, one of Brian De Palma's first films. I very much love that film.
Now here's a movie I really like. This is John Carpenter's Christine.
I personally love that steelbook.
Yeah.
That's a really nice original steelbook. I love that. You don't see that much.
This was John Carpenter, right?
Yes, sir?
Yeah. I don't know why I questioned myself.
No, yeah, you were right. total John Carpenter movie. One of the scariest scenes in that movie is that car putting itself back together.
Yeah.
Which is just in reverse.
Awesome. I love this movie.
Oh, I love Christine too. I really love Carpenter, man. I really can't stress that enough.
And it's a beautiful steelbook.
Yeah.
And speaking of beautiful steelbooks, we have The Cabin in the Woods with the new slipcover, and this is that Lionsgate Studio Canal deal where they're just Lionsgate. Oh, this is Dolby Vision, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So this is a super nice steelbook. This was in my top steelbooks of all time, and it's a great disc.
Yeah, it's a pretty old 4K disc, and it holds up well. Yeah, I can't, and it's like $20. That's a steal. That fucking disc.
Now here's one of John's favorites.
My favorite all-time horror movie.
That is crazy to me, but Candyman.
Yeah.
This is the Scream Factory Collector's Edition. You have the 4K now,
Yep,
right?
that just came out.
And now here's part 2, or right?
It's a direct sequel. It's basically doing the old reset the timeline thing. So it's a sequel. It's a direct sequel to the first one. Yep. Okay. And I think it's really
there's
good.
other ones, right?
Yeah, there's 2 of the 3. There's 2 and 3, and then they just erased those. They're not very good.
Now this one interested me. I haven't got to it yet. This is the Collector. I forget. I got this like for Christmas like 2 years ago. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I do remember being interested in it. But I don't really remember what it's about.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but I've probably heard it from you.
This is part 2, the collection, which is part of that universe, I guess. So obviously I haven't seen this if I haven't seen part 1 yet. Now, we've been having a conversation lately because all the Chuckies are coming, well, all the Child's Plays are coming to 4K.
That's not even true. It's only the first 3.
There are only 3 Child's Plays.
Well, yeah, I see.
I said Child's Play.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, I look at it just as a whole series.
Well, you got the Chucky movies, then you have the Child's Play movies. So the Child's Play 1, 2, and 3 are coming to 4K. But I really, really, really like this set. I think this is a beautiful set, and it's got Child's Play 1, 2, 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and The Curse of Chucky.
Yep.
And this is just such a nice set to have. It's got them all in there, and you know, I don't know if they're worth the upgrade to 4K, which we will have a review for where we will get them, but
Dennis is going to review them actually. We decided.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Since he doesn't have them already, and he's just doing his collection now.
Because you have that set?
I have that set, and to be clear, Cult of Chucky did come out after this set came out, and they released a new set that
the yellow box.
Yes, that looks like the good guy doll.
And here's the Cult of Chucky right here,
yeah.
Which I guess I haven't watched yet.
Really? Actually, good movie.
This is a good movie?
So is Curse of Chucky.
No,
I think there's only...
No, it's not.
Yes, there's...
You like Curse of Chucky?
Yes, I do.
Ugh.
There's 2 bad Child's Play movies. I do not like Child's Play 3, and Seed of Chucky is just garbage, but...
Yeah, I didn't like Seed of Chucky that much.
Bride of Chucky is so good.
Now, this is the remake, so different face, different voice.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I didn't like this movie. Oh, I didn't realize that was Aubrey Plaza.
Really? Yeah, Aubrey Plaza's in that.
I might have to rewatch this with a new set of eyes on it.
I haven't seen it yet because you told me it was bad.
I might have to rewatch it then, but I just don't remember liking it. Next up, out of the horror pack, is Crucible of Horror, and I think this is the one that has
Michael Go.
Yeah, never seen it. Not sure. Know nothing about it, but it was.
That's been in me, Matt, and Dennis's possession, and yet somehow still hasn't been
None
opened.
of us have watched it yet. Next up off our Arrow Videos list is Dead End Drive-In. Again, I think I picked this up on an Arrow sale. It was like $10, so $10 for an Arrow Blu-ray is a steal, so I had to get it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, $10 from Arrow, that is a steal. You should try anything.
Yeah. Next up, this is a Horror Pack exclusive. So what Horror Pack does is you get you get like Scream Factory stuff, regular stuff, and then they have indie films that I guess they're almost like bootleg Blu-rays because they press them. You cannot get them anywhere else. There's no barcode on. Well, there is, but they're not anywhere else except for through the Horror Pack. That's the only way to get this on Blu-ray. I don't know if it streams somewhere.
That's them doing the distribution on it.
This I'm glad we're talking about this because I do want to watch this. This one looks really good. It's called Dead by Midnight, 11 p.m. Central. Something about a radio station around Halloween time, and it actually looking at the back, it kind of gives you Season of the Witch vibes.
Well, I love Season of the Witch. That does look cool. Holy shit.
I actually am excited to check this one out.
The horror genre, you really get a lot of like experimental movies in there, and they're usually really good.
And so that was number 72. So they've been doing the horror pack for a while. This is number 70. So this is one of the earlier ones. And this one looks really cool too. It's called Deathcast. See, it's a horror pack limited edition Blu-ray. So this is something you can't go to the store, you can't order it online, you can strictly only get it through the horror pack, and that's called Deathcast. This one actually looks really good too. There's some really quality stuff in there, you should check them out. Now this movie, this upset me.
I know.
Did you see this?
No, because, and I didn't want to. I think that's Jim Varmush or something is the thing right there?
Jim Jarmusch.
Jarmusch, yeah. Yeah, he
dead,
works with Bill Murray a lot.
The Dead Don't Die. Yeah, Bill Murray's in it. Bill Murray, Steve Buscemi,
Adam Driver, right?
Adam Driver, yeah, Danny Glover, you know, Selena Gomez. There's so many people, Iggy Pop. There's so many people in this movie. I was like, this can't be bad. And then you watch it, not good.
Sometimes a movie with a big ensemble cast doesn't come together.
Never works.
Never.
Here's a double pack. This is Dracula 2000 and Dracula 2 Ascension. I've seen Dracula 2000. I haven't seen the part 2 yet. But I picked these up as I was going through my Wes Craven collection to complete all his movies.
I gotta get on that too.
Which I don't think I even have all his movies.
Did you get Red Eye?
No, that doesn't exist on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yes.
Ah, that should have been in one of our other videos. Yeah, Red Eye. Add it to the Blu-ray list.
Collector's edition of Day of the Dead. This is a Scream Factory release. I think I got this during one of their sales. I haven't opened that up yet.
I like Day of the Dead a lot.
Now, here's one I do really like is Dawn of the Dead. This is a super early Blu-ray. This is when it's got the little...
It's the Zack Snyder Blu-ray release.
Yep.
Not the original one, because the original Blu-ray of Dawn of the Dead is one of the most expensive Blu-rays to get.
Yes. Now we have The Evil Dead on 4K, and this is a pretty good 4K.
It is, and for a movie that's shot on that budget, you wouldn't think it's a good-looking 4K, but it really does clean up that.
Evil Dead 2 on 4K.
Love that movie. I love Evil Deads.
Here we have Edward Scissorhands with the Deadpool cover. There's the normal cover. Johnny Depp.
Good Tim
Winona
Burton.
Ryder. Now, I can't believe it's the same Winona Ryder from Stranger Things.
Yeah, she's in Beetlejuice also.
I know, she just looks so different. See, I can see the Beetlejuice, but I don't see the Edward Scissorhands.
You used to have hair.
Yeah, okay. Then we have The Exorcist. This is the extended director's cut. Now here's one I like a lot. It's strange, but Event Horizon. I don't like the way it ends, but I do enjoy this movie.
Yeah, 4K coming to that.
This has got the Jurassic Park guy.
Samuel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have The Fly.
Speaking of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yep. Jeff Goldblum. This is the Steelbook. This is from Best Buy when they were doing some sort of creative thing. Actually, I don't really love that Steelbook, to be completely honest.
Well, they've been doing that whole theme and like your carry Blu-ray, like
it's like what is that? I forget the name that art style. It's like that skull something.
Yeah, they
Day
were
of the Dead or whatever.
I wish
Sugar Skulls or something, right?
Something like that.
Collector's edition of The Fog. This is a Scream Factory release. There's another John Carpenter for you.
There's a 4K that coming to America pretty soon, and then I'm gonna rank all his 4K Blu-rays because I have them all. Except
Next up, Michael J. Fox in The Frighteners. I actually haven't seen this one yet, but you enjoy this one.
I love that. Peter Jackson before The Lord of the Rings.
Here is another horror pack release, or no, not a release, but I got this in the horror pack, and that is The Final Wish. Never seen it. Tony Todd is in it, though.
Is it? I've never seen that.
Yeah. So I actually see Tony Todd pop up in a lot of things that
he's
I never realized he was in.
He's always acting. He'll just always be most known for Candyman.
Yeah. Full Moon High. This is a Scream Factory release. Never seen it. It kind of reminds me of Teen Wolf, but it's probably like a Teen Wolf for the horror community.
Maybe.
This is number 69 in the Horror Pack Limited Edition Blu-rays, and that's called Freak. I haven't gotten to this one yet. This one doesn't look as good as the other two.
I love the cover though. That red and blue.
It is a cool cover. Now here's one I do really like, and that is The Faculty. This is an awesome movie. I mean, I love Robert Patrick.
Yeah, we just listened to a really good interview. If I knew the name of the guy who did it with him off the top of my head, I'd tell you. But it was a really awesome interview, and earned a lot of respect for Robert Patrick listening to that.
Yeah, really cool movie. Next up, The Funhouse. This is the collector's edition from Scream Factory. Pretty cool movie. Not the best, not the worst. You know, it's in middle of the road 80s horror slasher. And I think this is getting a 4K soon. Actually.
Yep, September, and Tobe Hooper, I believe, directed that. Poltergeist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan.
Now, this is probably one of my favorite pieces in my horror collection, and that is the Friday the 13th entire collection from Scream Factory on Blu-ray. Now, this is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful box. It's got all of the movies on Blu-ray. There's a ton of special features on there. There's a whole separate disc for bonus material. There's a booklet in there. It's got every single movie. Freddy vs. Jason's in there. The new 2009 Friday the 13th is in here. And it's just a beautiful box set. And this is something we've been waiting for a long time. And if they release Friday the 13th on 4K, I'm going to be upset.
Well, that brings us actually to this, which is the reason why that was so
right, so
needed.
This one was pretty, I think I paid like $160 for this on eBay because I didn't pick it up when it was originally released for like $79, whatever it was. And this is the black box that, it's actually missing a piece. I think I'm missing like a booklet or something that's supposed to be in there. I have the 3D glasses, and then I have all the movies in the slipcover. So this is all of those movies again on Blu-ray, and there is another bonus disc. But I think the Scream Factory one actually has a couple new scans on some of the earlier movies.
The first three, and I believe Jason Lives and Jason X, all have new scans. So what happened is that the first 8 films were released by Paramount.
Right, there's different studios,
and then
rights.
Before Jason Goes to Hell, but rights transferred to New Line. So you could never get these all in one pack. So this is a big deal that they got this. Yeah. That's why this was so expensive, because they were out of print.
Yep, you couldn't get a lot of them, so.
Yeah. Want to switch?
I think there was like 8 packs. There was like 8 of them in a pack.
I have that pack, and I was pissed because I bought that pack the year before this came out.
Right.
I didn't spend what you spent, but I didn't get everything. I only got the first 8.
Yep, I had to have them. Here's John Carpenter's The Ghost of Mars. Yeah, it's not great, but it's really not that bad. I love Ice Cube. I think he's awesome.
One thing with John Carpenter is even his bad movies are still pretty decent.
They're okay. Yeah. Gremlins on 4K. This is a great movie, great 4K disc.
I have the steelbook of that. It's actually, it was made my top 5, I believe. Or it was
now this was my original Gremlins, but I keep it for Gremlins 2. And the Goonies, I think we talked about earlier. I already have the Goonies on 4K, but that was this triple pack.
Yep, Gremlins 2 was very good, actually. I like that movie a lot.
Next up is Jordan Peele's Get Out. Still haven't seen any of the Jordan Peele movies, actually, and I know you just seen Nope today, right?
Yeah, well, yesterday, at the time of this recording, the day it came out.
Next up is The Howling. I haven't watched it yet. You actually have this release also, right?
Yeah, and I reviewed it on this channel. It's really, definitely adds to it. Dee Wallace is great in it. I liked it.
Next up, Happy Death Day on Blu-ray. I know these just got a 4K release. I haven't seen Part 2 yet, but I actually really do like this movie.
Part 2 is just as good. Not gonna lie. And it's not a horror, it's like a horror sci-fi now.
Now here's one I've been preaching to John for a really long time, and I know he hasn't watched it yet. And I picked this up for $5, but it is also on Blu-ray, and it is on 4K, and I wish I would have known that. But this is still a very good Blu-ray. It looked great. This is Hellfest. I absolutely love this movie. I watch this every single year around Halloween time. This movie is awesome, and you still have to watch it.
I scroll by it, I think, on Netflix all the time, too.
Dude, the Blu-ray's $5.
I'll get it for this season.
Now here's a summer horror movie, which I'm probably going to watch soon. High Tension. I haven't seen this movie in years, but I forgot about it. But I was scrolling through Best Buy one day. I saw this, and it was a couple bucks, so I threw it in the cart. Haven't gotten to it yet, but I will watch it soon. And speaking of Wes Craven, we have The Hills Have Eyes. This is an Arrow video release. And I don't know if I've ever seen... This is the original. I've seen the remake, but I don't know if I've ever seen this one.
Original's better, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, and the way it's shot, it's so down and dirty and gritty, it feels scary. Yeah, it just feels scary. Definitely see that.
Next up is Hell High. We just did a review on this one on the channel. This is the Arrow video release of Hell High. It was an okay movie.
That slipcover, though, was almost worth the price.
Yeah, super nice. Now, this is another triple feature. House of Wax, Return to House...
Return to House of Wax, too?
Return to House on Haunted Hill.
Oh.
There should be a "the" there, right? Return to House on Haunted... It should be Return to the House on Haunted Hill, right?
One would think.
Okay. And Ghost Ship. So, out of these three, which one do you know?
You bought that for Ghost Ship, didn't you?
Oh, I fucking love Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship, I love too. The beginning with the fucking whatever those things are that split the people in half.
Oh, the rope.
The rope. Yeah. Oh my god.
I absolutely love Ghost Ship, and if that ever comes to 4K, you know where to find that review.
House of Wax is not that bad.
No, it's not. It's not. None of these are bad. Well, I never seen the Haunted Hill with the spelling error, but Ghost Ship is fucking amazing.
I love Ghost Ship. Yeah, no, I'd buy it for Ghost Ship too.
Here's one I picked up on John's recommendation. Haven't got there yet. The Hunt.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Unfortunately, that's a movie that COVID killed. Came out 2 weeks before COVID.
We were just talking about this. Clive Barker's Jericho. You have these?
Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Yeah, you gotta grab it now.
Clive Barker's Jericho. That's what I was thinking of when I think Clive Barker. This is what I think of because I was a big Xbox 360 guy.
That's funny. You didn't even notice. You just rolled through it.
So, Clive Barker's Hellraiser. We were just talking about this, about how iconic the VHS cover is.
Yeah, I think that... I said I knew that movie 10 years before I saw the movie because of the Blockbuster cover.
And this is Hellbound Hellraiser 2, which I haven't watched yet. I've only seen the original.
Some people argue that's better than the original, and I don't think so. I like the original more, but I get why.
This is the Hannibal Lecter collection, so it's got Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal on it. Never seen any of them.
Which is unbelievable, because 2 of those 3 movies are really good. And yeah, I'm talking about Manhunter.
Now, this is probably my favorite movie or set of movies in horror, and it actually scares me the most out of all the horror movies, and that's Halloween. This is the Scream Factory collection, which has the complete collection, every single Halloween from the original all the way up to the Rob Zombie remakes. It's got Resurrection, H2O, all of that. It's got, you open it up, you got 2 separate discs. So you have the Halloween 1, 2, 3, Season of the Witch, 4 and 5. This one's got Curse of Michael Myers, H2O, Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween, and Halloween 2.
Now show them the discs, because this is very interesting. Each disc is like very individually designed.
Well, because these were all... no. Well, they're Scream Factories.
Yeah, they got the Scream Factory logo. I'm telling you, they put time into everything.
Yeah.
They all got they're all individually designed, because look at the Blu-ray logos on
You know what?
What?
Rob Zombie ones aren't Scream Factory discs.
No?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
So you got, yeah, it doesn't say Scream Factory on, it says the Weinstein Company, Sony, Dimension. Yeah, they're not Scream Factory, the Rob Zombie ones. And then if you go into the originals, the original is is Scream Factory, Scream Factory, Scream Factory, Scream, yep.
You know what's weird?
Oh, this one's not. Halloween 4 is not also.
So it's a very interesting way they did this collection, and I think it's a very big point that you get upset about is that recently Scream Factory and Shout Factory re-released these in 4K, only 1 through 5, and individually.
And then also we have Halloween 1 on 4K, which came out before...
The Scream Factory ones, that's from Lionsgate.
Yeah, so there's 2 different 4Ks of the original Halloween. There's multiple different Blu-ray, because I think this actually has... Yeah, this has the old... No, that's the 4K. This is the special edition Blu-ray.
Yep.
Because that's a different Blu-ray disc than the one that's in the Scream Factory version.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just so many different out there, and I just love this set so much. And you know, if there's only so much room on the shelf, I don't know what to do.
I actually have both versions, and I actually think the Scream Factory 4K is better than that Lionsgate one. It's got a warmer fall tone to it, so I think it works better.
Speaking of Halloween, we have the 2018 release right here, and this was a great movie.
It's rising up every time I rewatch it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And this one, some people didn't like, but I fucking love Halloween Kills.
I do too. I don't know what. I mean, I get the whole thing with the mob and like, you know, it ends today. I get that people.
And it's fucking terrifying.
I thought it was great and it was brutal. Maybe it just
Oh
worked.
yeah,
this
movie's great.
I get why.
I can't wait to rewatch this leading up to Halloween Ends.
Oh yeah, oh my god, that whole trilogy is gonna be so good.
Now here's one I wish I kind of left in the past, because this is one of those movies where it doesn't hold up and you thought it used to be way better, and that's I Know What You Did Last Summer. Still a good movie, not bad. It's actually coming to 4K, which I support that, but it's okay. It's very okay. It's not a terrible movie. I like it. I enjoy it. You know what? Really,
it's a product of his time.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer puts the sour taste in your mouth. This is the bad movie. Really.
That's a really bad one.
Yeah, the part 1 is good. This is the bad one. Is part 2.
I think they're products of the late 90s. They really are.
Next up is The Invisible Man on 4K. I hadn't seen this yet, actually.
Really good. Lee Winnell, who also directed a very underrated movie that anytime I can champion, Upgrade. See both.
Never seen it. But here's a horror pack Blu-ray I got, and that's Itsy Bitsy, so I have a feeling that has to do with spiders.
You know what? I think you might be right.
Now here's one that actually scares the shit out of me. I don't like these kinds of movies, and that's Insidious. This and the paranormal movies, I can't do them.
I love Insidious.
You like this movie?
I love that movie. It's so
probably,
scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
You don't like James Wan's movies? Like, he does such scary movies.
Now this one, I don't really consider it a horror movie, but I guess it is. It's like a horror comedy, and that's Idle Hands, and this is one of our favorites. I watch this every single year. This is a perfect Halloween movie. Our favorite band, The Offspring, is in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, we both have Offspring tattoos.
I don't know if we should be proud of that, but we are.
But yeah, Devin Sawa, Seth Green, I forget the fat kid's name. Jessica Alba, Smoking Hot.
Yeah, that's the guy from we talked from Daredevil.
Yeah.
The show, yeah. No,
yeah.
It's a really good horror comedy and feels very Halloweeny, you know?
Yeah, it's a great movie. Let's see. So that was So next up is the original It, Stephen King's It. This is a pretty good movie. I think we have a review for this coming up, depending on when the video comes out. This might already be out, but I think John and Dennis did a review on this.
We reviewed all three of them, actually, as a group and compared them. It's on the channel, actually, right now.
And arguably the best one in the series is, this is the Steelbook for part... You don't have this?
I have the 4K. I didn't know that was a nice steelbook like this. Oh my god, that's beautiful.
That's what happens when you don't jump on stuff.
Because the Blu-ray is terrible. The 4K Blu-ray box, it's just I didn't get a slip cover, nothing. It's just plain.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice steelbook. Great disc, great movie.
I'm jealous. Genuine jealousy right now.
You didn't know about that?
I knew about it. I don't know.
You have just the regular.
But I have this. But again, I don't have a slipcover.
Gotcha.
Which is upsetting.
This is It Chapter 2. This one was not as good.
No, I would say it's about 45 to 50 minutes too long. And could have cut a lot of the kid stuff out.
Speaking of kid stuff, we have Jack Frost and Jack Frost 2.
I think you described that wrong. That is not for kids. But
Well,
you can get very confused because there is a kid's Jack Frost. Do not take your children to see 1996's Jack Frost.
Next up is Jennifer's Body. I just rewatched this recently, I think this year for Halloween. Oh, a couple months ago now, I guess. But this actually is a really good movie. I do enjoy it. You ever see this?
No, but I remember you always championing this one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You should check this out. And Megan Fox is hot.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it.
One of my favorites of all time is Jeepers Creepers. Now, I'm super upset I don't have the Scream Factory version of this, because I think I got this before I was like really into collecting and I didn't really understand Scream Factory and all that stuff, so I got the cheaper one at the time. But I might upgrade it eventually, but this is Jeepers Creepers. Love this movie.
I have that version too, and I'm going to buy the Scream Factory version as well.
Now, I do have the Scream Factory version of Part 2, and that's the collector's edition. And nice slipcover, super nice set right here, and I really do like Part 2 a lot also.
Yeah, no, Part 1 and Part 2 are very well made. It's when you get to the third one that problems arise.
Yep, here it is. That's the third one. This is not really, I think they missed the mark on this one, and it's crazy because it's the same director.
No, is it the same director?
Yeah.
Dennis just did a review for all three of them on our channel if you want to look at that.
What's his name? Victor Salva.
It is Victor Salva, yeah.
Next up is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is an awesome movie.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, that really is.
Next up, Last Night in Soho.
Now, you haven't seen this yet.
I haven't watched this yet because I was waiting to do like all the Edgar Wright movies together. And I do want to check. There's nothing connected to this, right? I could just watch this at any point.
It's just, when you watch Edgar Wright movies, they all have like that similar, like, very quick editing.
His guys aren't in it though, right?
No. This is just him directing.
Doesn't have what is it, Simon Pegg?
And Nick Frost. Yeah. No. This is Anya Taylor-Joy, and she is so good in this movie. It's a really good movie if you haven't seen it.
Here's a Scream Factory release I got from the horror pack, and that is The Lesson. Haven't seen it, never heard of it. I will eventually watch it because looking at the back, it looks like something I might enjoy.
Yeah, why not?
Now here is a horror pack exclusive that I did try out because it looked interesting, and that's called The Last Compartment. Now, I forget what this is called in other countries because it's all in German. So I watched about 10 minutes of it, and I was like, they're not going to speak English, are they? So I'm not a subtitle guy. Can't do it. Shut it off. But if you're into that, you can only get it through horror pack anyway. So
yeah. I watch things in subtitles. I'm not the biggest subtitle fan because I have bad eyes, but you're cutting off a lot of films if you remove.
Here's another Scream Factory release. This is Lake Placid. I loved this movie when I was a kid. I wouldn't say it holds up perfectly. It's still not terrible. It's not a bad movie at all. But I remember it being much better than when I watched it this time. But still a good movie.
I have not seen that in a long time.
Great movie.
Definitely looks like a Matt movie.
Yeah. And here's a John movie is The Lost Boys.
Great movie.
It is a good movie. And his favorite part is when the guy's playing the trumpet.
I mean, I wish I could play the saxophone like that.
The saxophone.
Yeah. See, I remember.
The sexy saxophone.
Sexy sax man.
Land of the Dead. Here's another good one. I think this and the Dawn of the Dead. Are they connected? This and that Dawn of the Dead movie?
Yeah, I think it's George A. Romero too, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're both connected, right?
They're all connected. It's a universe of George A. Romero. I mean, like, they're not connected. It's all like the same kind of basic thing.
Actually, I think I like this one better than Dawn of the Dead.
Really?
Yeah. If this is the one I'm thinking of, I actually enjoy this one more.
I'm gonna have to say you're going out on a limb there.
Then this Dawn of the Dead?
That's Zack Snyder, though. That's George A. Romero, who directed the original Dawn of the Dead.
This is George A. Romero.
This one is...
Screenplay by James Gunn.
This is...
Directed by Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder and James Gunn were involved in this?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta revisit that.
James Gunn was a writer before he was a director.
Speaking of James Gunn...
What are we talking?
James Gunn actually wrote this. This is Lollipop Chainsaw on the Xbox 360, and James Gunn actually had a lot to do with it. He wrote it and adapted it into a game.
Well, I can see where his superhero origin. So he had a connection to DC before Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, huh?
Well, that's not...
That's not Harley Quinn with that?
No, it's Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh,
it's
you know what?
It's just a random story. Yeah.
Matt is, like, if you think I'm an expert in movies, Matt in video games, it blows me out of the water by country miles. We were just talking about the movie that's...
Land of the Dead.
Yep.
Now here's one I got in the Mary pack. Here's one I got in the horror pack, and that's called Mary. This was an awesome movie. This is a RLJE release, and I just did the shark videos, so I was into the boats and stuff like that, so I wanted to check this out because I saw a coming attraction of it on something else I watched, and this turned out to be an awesome movie. This has got Gary Oldman in it, and this was an awesome movie. Definitely check this one out.
I definitely will.
Now here's one that has an amazing looking steelbook. This is Motel Hell.
That is a beautiful looking steelbook.
Beautiful steelbook,
It
right?
really is.
Very nice. Movie is not that good, in my opinion.
One thing about horror is I feel like they always end up with a physical release, and a nice one too. Like, there's a lot of fans, cult following fans, it depends who you're a part of.
Right. Now here's one of John's all-time favorites, and that's Morbid Colors.
Oh my god.
This is a Scream Factory limited edition Blu-ray also. This is number 68. I'm sorry. Horror Pack, not Scream Factory. This is a Horror Pack limited edition Blu-ray. Morbid Colors. We both tried to watch this, and it is...
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but nothing lives up to anything. It's the best. I don't want to insult the people.
Bruce Campbell, Tom Atkins, Maniac Cop. I think this is...
I love this movie.
No. You seen this?
Yeah, I love Maniac Cop.
I've
Maniac
never
Cop
seen
2
it.
is good, too. Also.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta watch this still. But...
Yeah, no, they're fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Don't worry about that. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy Maniac Cop.
Here's another super nice steelbook, which I absolutely love this movie. This is My Bloody Valentine. And somebody actually commented that in one of our videos earlier today. And this is just such a sweet release from...
That's a nice steelbook.
Yeah, this is from Scream Factory, actually. This is a Scream Factory Blu-ray, and I love this movie. I like this. This is the original. I like this much better than the remakes.
So I haven't seen the original. I've only seen the remake.
So you've seen this one, My
Yep.
Bloody Valentine 3D.
3D.
I remember seeing this in theaters.
That's where I saw it, in 3D.
And the original is so much better than this.
Well, I hope so. I didn't like that one. Maybe that's why I stayed away from the original for so long.
Here's one I got off John's recommendation. Haven't got to it yet. Is Mandy. This is the steelbook. This is just a Blu-ray, right?
Mm-hmm.
RLJE. Nicolas Cage.
Really good movie. It's got a big cult following right now, and Nicolas Cage in that vodka scene. If you know, you know.
Here's one of my dad's favorites, and that's Night of the Living Dead. This is the original from, what is it, 68? I want to think? Yeah.
Don't you fucking do it.
So yeah, this is the 1968 release of Night of the Living Dead. I've seen it a couple times. It's, it's...
It's dated, but there's a Criterion release of that, and there's also a Criterion 4K coming out in October.
I got my dad the Criterion release.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the 4K actually when it comes out.
This is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This has got all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets on Blu-ray. Now, they haven't touched them since, this is kind of old too, right?
Not only is it old, but this is a very disappointing set to me. This is actually one of the most disappointing.
I'm not disappointed in it.
I'm glad they're all together, but I do not like. Look at the discs. I don't like this.
I don't mind.
And
you know what it is? You put them in. There's
two on
movies
each, and it's
disc.
very hard to read which movies are on what disc.
For some people, maybe.
Well, for me, okay. I have bad eyes, so yeah. So you know how many times I put in the wrong disc?
I've never had that issue, man.
Oh, okay, well, I had this. I do not like that set. And when I was growing up, Freddy Krueger was my favorite. This, I would kill somebody for a 4K Blu-ray release set.
Yeah, I feel like it might be coming down the pipeline because they haven't touched this at all. Scream Factory hasn't done nothing. It's New Line. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some kind of rights issue going on with that because it's weird. They've touched everything, but they have not gone near that.
This is the 2010,
10, I believe, or 9.
This is the 2010 release of Nightmare on Elm Street, which is
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't like it at all, actually. I remember that was like, I was 18. I walked out of the movies and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Because Nightmare on Elm Street got me into horror.
Here is a horror pack release that I got in the horror pack, and One-Eyed Girl. Never heard of it, never saw it. Not really too interested in this one.
Looking forward to the sequel, Two-Eyed Girl.
Now, something I am interested in, and that is The Owners. I forget who recommended this to me, but actually I think Jeff from Films at Home said something about this movie, and I wanted to check it out, so I picked it up. It looks really good, and somebody else said something about it too now that I'm thinking about it. But this looks really good. I wanted to check this out. Haven't gotten to it yet.
Do you think you'll ever catch up?
No, never. How?
I was just going to say, because I feel like I keep saying you haven't gotten to it yet, and I feel like, well, when are you gonna?
Yeah, one day. Pet Cemetery on 4K. This is the original.
I think the better one, too.
Yeah, I haven't seen the remake.
Really? I saw that in the movies. Actually, fun.
Got it right here.
Yeah, I think it's good. It got shit on, but I didn't think it deserved it. It's actually pretty good. It's not as good as the original, though.
I haven't gotten to it yet. Now, I think this is the... I don't think this is the original.
No, it's not.
No,
it looks like it's a 4K.
No, it's not. So this is...
2014.
Okay, this is the 2014 limited edition steelbook of The Poltergeist. I've only seen the original. I love the original. I have not seen this remake.
The original is my second favorite horror movie of all time. It just recently got dethroned by Candyman on my personal list.
Next up, we have Prom Night. I remember seeing this in theaters when I was younger, and I picked it up, watched it once, and I haven't seen it since.
I've never seen that or my senior prom either.
Next up, we got another Nicolas Cage movie that came in the horror pack, and that is Pay the Ghost. Never heard of it, never saw it. I will eventually get to it because I do want to do a Nick Cage deep dive one day.
Yeah, that'll take forever. You know how many movies that guy's made?
Well, here's another one. That's Prisoners of the Ghostland. I picked this up strictly on the way the steelbook looked.
Which is gorgeous.
What? Oh boy! And that was the 4K too. But that is an awesome looking steelbook. Haven't watched the movie yet. Prisoner of the Ghostland. Here's another one John recommended to me is The Possessor. Haven't seen this one yet, but you said this is great.
I loved it. David Cronenberg's son, I believe his name is Brian Cronenberg. Check that out.
Here's another John Carpenter movie. We have Prince of Darkness.
Really good 4K. I see you haven't watched it yet.
Have not.
I love that movie. And I love that 4K. Donald Pleasance.
Here's one I have watched. I think we watched this together, and that's Psycho Goreman.
One of our early reviews.
Yeah, this is a great movie. You should check this one out and check out our review.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's very underrated.
Here is the original Purge. I never saw the original. I've seen some of the sequels.
Actually, I think the original Purge is the worst Purge.
The worst.
Yeah, even though Ethan Hawke's in it doing his best.
I've seen this one, The Purge Anarchy.
That's the second one, right?
I think so.
That's
yeah.
the best one. I love that one.
Then we have The Purge Election Year. I haven't seen this one yet. Now here's something I picked up in the horror pack. Yep. This is Queens of Scream. This has got I Know What You Did Last Summer, Vacancy, and When a Stranger Calls. That's the remake, When a Stranger Calls, by the way. But it's 3 movies came in this set with another 3 Blu-rays in that month's horror pack, which is pretty awesome.
And that's a nice looking box art.
Next up, we have A Quiet Place. Now, it took me a while to watch this, obviously. But I actually really enjoyed this. I think I picked this up right around the time that A Quiet Place Part 2 came out, and I really enjoyed it. I think I like the first one better, actually.
I like them both equally. I would say I did like in the second one them showing the first day with John Krasinski. That was really good.
Now we have The Ring.
That is a favorite of mine.
Yep.
I don't have the Blu-ray because I remember you had an issue with that.
Yeah, this one was kind of hard to find for some reason.
It seems to be getting forgotten, and I don't understand why because...
Probably because of this.
Well, every sequel after The Ring has been bad. That's the second sequel.
This is Rings?
Yeah.
This is Part 2?
That's Part 3.
Oh, this is Part 3.
There is a movie called The Ring 2, which is atrocious.
Never seen any of them. I only seen the first one.
Oh, okay. I was just about to get upset.
The Reanimator. Another Arrow Video release. This is a pretty fun movie.
Stanley Gordon, I believe, directed that, and yeah, it's a really good movie. I like Reanimator a lot.
Here's a nice steelbook. The Return of the Living Dead. This is a fun movie. This is a lot of fun.
I love the goss and more cops.
Yeah. Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I have not seen this one.
You know how high these go up in sequels? There is 5.
Return of the Living Dead?
There's 5 of these.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there was only 1 and 2.
No, well, I think after 2 they stopped going to theaters.
Here's a good one, Ready or Not. This is a great movie, actually. I really like this one a lot.
She's great, actually, in everything.
So, now we have the Resident Evil.
Yeah, this is interesting. There is 2 really nice sets for this.
Yeah, this is the Blu-ray set. This is the Mila Jovovich collection of the Resident Evil movies. It's got Resident Evil, Apocalypse, Extinction, Afterlife, and Retribution. This is all Blu-ray. And I love these movies. I really do. And I just really like this Blu-ray set. That's why I still have it on my shelf next to the 4K set, which I haven't opened up yet. But I'm actually excited to dig into this soon.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan, and Carmela of Salem Cellar, who was on this show originally before Salem Cellar, you've probably seen her before. So check her channel out. Loves those movies too. I don't get what they're saying though.
And here is the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which was a little bit of a disappointment. I don't hate it. But I really don't love it. This had so much potential, and they kind of didn't stick the landing. And I think we do have a review for this on the channel.
Yeah, that's an early review for us. We haven't seen the show yet.
I watched the first episode. It's Bruce Willis, The Sixth Sense. This used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think that movie makes me more sad than anything.
Salem's Lot. I remember seeing this as a kid. I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet, but I did like this movie when I was younger.
There's a new one of those coming out.
Now, I spoke earlier about an Arrow video sale. This is another one that I picked up, and that's The Stuff. I think you said you wanted...
I wanted to grab this on a sale because I love that movie.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah, I just don't have it on Blu-ray.
Never seen it. That, and I've never seen this one either by...
Sliver, right?
No, this is Society.
Oh, I've never seen Society.
Yeah, this is another Arrow release. I like the way Arrow does their stuff. I like the thicker box and stuff.
And they have that unique logo with
with the colors
on the bottom. I think that's cool.
Society. Never seen it. Here's another John movie. We got The Shining on 4K.
Yep. Here's Johnny.
And then you got part 2, Dr. Sleep, which I actually kind of like more than part 1. I like this better than The Shining.
I can see why. I don't, but Mike Flanagan is one of my favorite directors, so...
I just picked this up recently. This is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I saw a coming attraction for this, and it looked great. So it was on 4K, so I grabbed it.
I haven't seen that yet.
Now here's one I've seen 100 times, and that's Scream. This is actually Scream 1 through 4. And we haven't upgraded to the 4Ks yet. They just announced Scream 2 on 4K. So I'm going to see where that goes, because I would like to get a box set of all 4 of them. But I absolutely fucking love the Scream movies. Huge fan.
Yeah. I think I say it all the time. Scream 2 is the worst one of them, and I still really enjoy Scream 2. So that tells you something about the series.
And this is the new Scream movie, which was still a very good movie.
I don't think... the Screams... There is not a bad Scream. I mean...
Yeah, they're pretty consistent.
When we started this channel is when this came out.
Yeah,
and that's just because we're just huge fans of Scream.
Yeah. Scream... This is something we have a review for, actually.
Yeah. We have a review of the movie, and then we actually have a review of the 4K.
Now here's one. This movie was awesome. This is Joe... How do you say his name? Joe Keery from Stranger Things. Steve Harrington. And this is Spree. Basically, he's an Uber driver, and he just starts killing people. It's amazing. Great movie.
I did want to check that out. Because I haven't seen him in much other than Stranger Things.
This came in the horror pack. This is The Sadness. You were telling me this looks really good.
It's one of the most popular movies on Shudder this year. I haven't checked it out yet, and
I want to check this out. I will get there. Here's another Christmas horror movie, and that is Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is, I put this in the same category as like Hell High, The Burning. So, you know, it's like that middle of the road, not terrible, but not great movie.
Do you have part 2?
I do not, because I didn't really want to see it after seeing
part 2 is like so ridiculous. It like takes scenes from part 1 and everything. It's like it must be seen. It's so bad.
Yeah, I would put this in that. I would put this in that category also, and that's Sleepaway Camp. This is a Scream Factory release also. Actually, I think I maybe get this and The Burning confused, because maybe this was the one that I disliked more.
I saw Sleepaway Camp when I was like 4. And I remember it because I think I definitely don't think... I think that my mom or somebody had the wrong idea. But I remember that movie kind of got me. Cause
Now, I don't know how this made it into horror. It should be a family film. And that is a Serbian film. If you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. Just look up a Serbian film. If you know what this is, you're wild. You're crazy.
Yeah, there's a review actually of this on our channel.
We did review this.
Because somebody asked us to review this, did the same thing we're doing. We didn't tell us anything about it. And
just check this one out.
Yeah.
If you got a stomach, check this one out.
Yeah. Dennis said he wanted to burn his eyes out.
Next up, we have Shivers. Now, I got this. This is David Cronenberg. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, I've seen almost all of this.
Is this good?
Yeah,
I got Shivers, and there's a movie called Slither.
Slither is James Gunn.
See, I got them mixed up.
I can see why.
Now, here's one we did review, and this is a hidden gem in my opinion.
Oh,
this is Summer of '84. I can't talk highly enough about this. This movie is amazing. I absolutely love this movie. Check this out if you're a fan of 80s stuff and you're a fan of horror. They mesh it together perfectly, and this is just such a fun movie. Stranger Things, 80s, horror, right here.
Seriously, like Matt was so excited to tell me about this movie. He's like, I never get to recommend something good to you, and he wasn't lying. It's great. Sorry.
Next up is another Scream Factory release. That is the Slumber Party Massacre. I haven't seen this one yet.
I've seen that.
Is it good?
It's pretty good. It's gonna fall in the same category as Hell High and everything like that.
Like a middle of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one I love. This is Sleepy Hollow.
I remember you clamoring about this.
I fucking love this movie.
I know you do.
Why. I probably seen it too early, and I just really like this movie.
I think it's a great movie, and Tim Burton directed it.
Yeah. I remember my mom had the VHS. I've seen that probably 100 times. This is the Saw complete collection at that point. This has got 7 of them. So this ends on Saw, the final chapter. I don't remember what came out after that. Just Jigsaw and Spiral. But I actually really like the Saw movies. 1, 2, and 3 are the best, and then they kind of...
They all start to blend together.
Next up, we have Jigsaw. I only saw this once.
You know,
I remember liking this.
Did you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen this?
No.
I watched this in the apartment, and I remember enjoying it. It wasn't bad. Now here's one we saw in theaters. This is a super nice slipcover. This is a nice steelbook, but I actually like the slipcover better, so I picked it up because it was green, and I like green. Chris Rock did a great job with this movie. I really enjoyed this.
Spiral really is, and I feel like people forgot because it was a big deal last year, and then it's gone. No one talks about it.
Here's another great horror movie, and that's Trick or Treat. This is a hard Blu-ray to find too, apparently.
I tried to buy it last year, and I just was not willing to pay the price because it's streaming, and I will just wait till it drops.
Yeah, this was a cool movie. I like this.
And that's a must-watch Halloween movie.
Oh yeah. Here's an Arrow Video 4K, and that's Tremors. This is a early Kevin Bacon movie.
Yeah,
I believe it's his first movie.
No, he's.
Oh no, Friday the 13th is his first.
Yeah, that's in 1980, and plus we had Flashdance. Not Flashdance.
Footloose.
Footloose. Yeah, on the 80s.
40th anniversary, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a new 4K digital restoration.
And there is a 4K for this coming out.
Is there?
Yep. And it's just going to be that scan in 4K. And now I don't own that, so I'll probably grab it.
Yeah, this is a great movie. I like the original.
I like the original, but I think we agree, and I think Dennis also told me he agrees.
Texas Chainsaw Part 2?
No, we'll get to the old Scream.
This is the Scream Factory Special Edition.
Oh, tell them what happened to you with this, because this.
So I bought. It's not on this shelf. It's over there on the doubles. But I bought an Arrow Video release of the Part 2, and it didn't work. It was a region lock to whatever. So be careful when you're looking for Texas Chainsaw Part 2 on Blu-ray. Go for the Scream Factory one. It is more expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure that Arrow will eventually release that, but they do make sure they put the flags on their website.
They do, yeah.
Of where the regions that it's going to work in.
Now this is, I haven't seen this one. This is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Part 3. Now I think this is the one where he's a drag queen or something like that.
I've never seen this.
Or he dresses in drag or something like that. There's something weird about this movie that I don't remember exactly what it was. It says the Sawyer's family. That's pretty cool. But I never seen Part 3.
I've never seen it either. I've never seen that one or the Matthew McConaughey one. That's the one I think.
This is the first remake. I don't know. I get confused with the Texas Chainsaws. This is just the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel.
That's the 2003 one.
This is the 2003 one, yeah.
Yeah, I think me, you, and I think Dennis all agree that this is better than the original, I think.
This is a great movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Good remake. Now, then you have this one. This is the Texas Chainsaw, The Beginning. And then next up we have the original story of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. This is... I went to complete my Leatherface collection, which I still think I'm missing one.
You're definitely missing the Netflix one, because who the hell knows when they're going to put that. And I also noticed
there's another one.
You didn't have the Matthew McConaughey one.
That might be the one I missed. Is that the 3D one?
Yeah. This is the beginning?
Yeah, what year is this?
The one that you're missing is from 93, I think, or 94 then.
This is a Lionsgate movie, but yeah, I haven't seen this one or the beginning. Next up we have The Thing on 4K. John Carpenter's The Thing. Great movie.
My favorite John Carpenter movie. I love The Thing. I watch that twice a year. I might watch that tonight.
Now here's one you shouldn't watch, and that's the remake of The Thing.
Well, it's a prequel technically. Let's be clear.
Oh, it's a prequel?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the Norwegian team that in the beginning is shooting at the dog. That's that team. And this is what happened to them because they're the one who uncovered the thing.
I didn't really like it.
No, me neither.
This is a horror pack movie. It is The Vigil. Never seen it.
Very good movie.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You should see that. You would be petrified, actually.
Okay. Here's one that I did watch, and that's VFW. This was okay. This is kind of like an Assault on Precinct 13 type movie.
I love the original.
Assault on Precinct 13?
Yes.
I don't. Here's a John Carpenter's movie. This is Vampires. I never saw this movie.
James Woods is in that one. Very good movie. Very underrated. I believe 98.
Now here's one. These movies are great.
Oh yeah.
Wolf Cop and Another Wolf Cop. Hysterical movies. These are like horror comedies. Fantastic movies.
You got 2 in the horror pack, right?
I got part 2, Another Wolf Cop, yeah. So I actually haven't seen the original, but I can guarantee if they made a sequel and the sequel's that good, that the original's probably even better.
It's a safe bet.
Alright, so that was basically all my horror movies. I wanted to put all my shark movies together. I just did a big video on the shark stuff. I put all the shark stuff at the end of my horror collection. So I'm going to start with Jaws. One of the best movies ever made. Can you hold this up, please?
Yes, I can.
Hold on. No. So, Jaws, one of the best movies ever made. This is probably the best shark movie ever, obviously. It was probably one of the first. I think it is the first. And this is a super nice 4K release.
Mm-hmm.
Got the lenticular lens cover, and love this movie.
Yeah, we have a full review of that. I'm not the biggest Jaws fan. I think I've said it before. I'm sorry.
Then we have Jaws 2. Direct sequel to the first one. Significant drop off, but not a bad movie in any means. Then we have Jaws 3. I think I would put this in number 2 out of the 4 Jaws movies. This is my second favorite. I really like Jaws 3 a lot. Then 2, and then the last one I hate. And this is the last one, Jaws the Revenge. This movie is terrible.
Old Michael Caine.
Well, actually, if you consider this a Jaws movie, Cruel Jaws, this is considered Jaws 5 in some countries, but this is this is a tough watch.
They're really meta with it. They're even called it Cruel Jaws.
I mean, it's like a cult movie where people really like this, and it's just a hodgepodge of just random shark movies jammed together, terrible B-movie acting, and I didn't like it. Now, what I did like was Shark Night. This was an awesome shark movie.
Was that number 2 for you?
I think this was my number 2.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That was great. Great White. This was another top shark movie for me. I really enjoyed it. Actually, I think these are in the order of
how you like them. That would make sense.
Yeah, Great White. This is a recent release. It was on Shudder. This was a great movie. Check that out on Shudder if you got that, or pick up the Blu-ray because it was only a couple bucks. Next up, we have Deep Blue Sea. This is very nostalgic for me. This was a great movie back in the day. The CGI does not hold up. However, still a great movie. Samuel Jackson. This had the best cast out of all of them.
Most well known for sure.
Deep Blue Sea 2. Oof. Deep Blue Sea 3. Oof.
Got worse, huh?
Yeah.
At least they all have slip covers.
They do. Well, the original don't.
Which is a shame.
Here's The Shallows with Blake Lively. This was an awesome movie. I really enjoyed this one. You saw this?
No, I didn't. These are not my kind of movies.
Yeah, these are Matt movies. I love shark movies. The Reef, this one was pretty good too. I enjoyed this. Jason Statham in The Meg. This also got Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute from The Office. This is the 4K Steelbook.
Nice Steelbook.
Yeah, super nice. This is a great movie. Did you see this?
No.
Oh, you should check this out.
Same thing. I'm not just...
You might like that one.
Yeah?
Maybe. 47 Meters Down. This movie was pretty good. It's alright. You know, it's terrifying if I was people in the movie. Next up is 47 Meters Down Uncaged. This is part 2, which I actually like more than the original 47 Meters Down.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. This is probably the worst movie on my entire shelf, and that is The Requiem. This is garbage.
I'm glad you said something nice about it.
I hated it. So that was the end of the shark movie. So at the end of horror, we had the shark movies. And then right between that, at the end of that, I wanted to put all my Rob Zombie movies together. So I have 31. This was an awesome movie. This is, if you've seen any of the Rob Zombie movies, you'll know his style. and this is the definition of a Rob Zombie movie.
That's the only Rob Zombie movie I haven't seen yet, still.
Oh yeah, definitely sick. House of a Thousand Corpses, great movie.
I really like that movie.
Here is my favorite Rob Zombie movie, and that is The Devil's Rejects. This is
I agree.
fantastic. A+.
I love that movie.
And that was technically part 2 to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Mm-hmm.
And then part 3, which I have on 4K, 3 from Hell, I don't really like this one, to be honest. I think they played with the characters, and they didn't seem like the same characters from Devil's Rejects to this. And especially Sherry Moon's character. This is probably my least favorite Rob Zombie movie, and that is The Lords of Salem. It starts pretty good. It's got a cool premise, and then it just gets weird and
Alright, that's going to do it for part 3 of Matt's Blu-ray collection. Come back right after this if you want to watch part 4, or wait, do whatever you guys want. We're releasing them all in one big spot, so maybe you want to spend a whole day watching Matt's Blu-ray collection.
Yeah, we're trying to keep each video under an hour. We're trying to keep them in around that 60-minute range. It looks like, just from a little bit of editing I've done so far, because we've done this on separate days, because even just filming takes a while, and I think it's going to probably be 5 or 6 parts. So this is, I think, part 3, if you're watching it still. If you watch the other ones, thank you. We appreciate that. Is there any movies in here that I have holes that you think I should fill in somewhere? Any movies you recommend? Any movies on here that you've never heard of that you want us to maybe do a review for, or just tell you a little bit about? We'd love to do that down in the comments, or make a video on it.
You'd be surprised. Recommendations, Matt will literally just go on Best Buy or Amazon right now and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So just tell us. Tell us if there's something you want us to see.
Love discovering new movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for watching if you made it to this point, and look for us in the next video where we will be doing sci-fi and then possibly superhero. It goes after horror, I have all my sci-fi stuff, and then my superheroes, and that is the end of my collection until we move to the other side of the room where we have some DVDs, VHS, and some doubles.
Yeah.
And TV shows.
Oh, yeah, Matt has a big TV collection too. You
Forgot about
undersell that.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, so we'll be diving into that. So thanks for joining us on another episode of Let's Talk. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and you tell all your friends.